Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my channel, Fluent Pro Hub.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alina, and welcome to something very special today. This isn't just another English lesson. This is a journey through language, through life, and through the power of stories that will help you understand English in a way you've never experienced before. Let me tell you why I made this video. Because I know how it feels when you hear someone speaking English fast and your brain just shuts down. You feel like you're not good enough, like you're stuck, like no matter how hard you try, you can't seem to catch up. I've been there too. When I was younger, English felt like a mountain I could never climb. It wasn't my first language. I struggled with pronunciation. I used to get nervous even ordering food at a restaurant. But over time, I discovered something powerful, something that changed everything for me. Stories. Yes, stories. Because when you learn English through stories, you don't just memorize words. You live them. You connect with characters. You feel their emotions. And slowly but surely, the language becomes part of you. That's exactly what we'll do here. In this video, I'm going to tell you a story. A long, engaging, emotional story. And I'll speak slowly and clearly so you can understand every word. No rush, no pressure, just pure, natural learning. We'll follow the journey of a young woman named Sophie. She lives in London, and she's about your age. She has dreams, fears, hopes, and struggles, just like all of us. Through her story, you'll hear real-life conversations, everyday vocabulary, common phrases, and expressions that native speakers use naturally. You'll hear different accents, different tones, and different speeds, but always clear and easy to follow. So, if your goal is to improve your listening skills, this is perfect for you. You won't need subtitles because I'm speaking slowly, clearly, and with emotion. And by the end of this story, you'll realize how much more you can understand than you thought possible. This isn't just about grammar or vocabulary. It's about building confidence. It's about giving yourself permission to make mistakes. And most importantly, it's about falling in love with the process of learning. So, are you ready? Let's begin. Once upon a time, in a small town near London, there lived a girl named Sophie. Sophie was 23 years old. She had big dreams, bright eyes, and a heart full of hope. But she also had one fear: English. Not because she didn't want to learn it, but because every time she tried, she felt like she was failing. She had moved to England 2 years ago to study fashion design. She loved drawing clothes, choosing colors, and imagining how people would look wearing her creations. But the problem was, she couldn't express herself well in English. In class, when the teacher asked questions, Sophie stayed quiet. She understood most of what was said, but when it came to speaking, her mind went blank. One day, after class, her professor called her aside. "Sophie," he said gently, "you have amazing talent. Your designs are beautiful, but if you want to succeed in this industry, you must be able to speak confidently, not just with your hands or sketches, but with your voice." Those words hit her like a wave. She walked home slowly, thinking about everything he had said. That night, she sat on her bed and cried. Not because she was sad, but because she felt helpless. She wanted to change, but didn't know where to start. The next morning, she decided to try something new. She opened her laptop and searched for ways to improve her English. She found many tips: watching movies, reading books, practicing with apps, but none of them felt right. They were either too fast, too boring, or too confusing. Then she stumbled upon a YouTube channel. It was called Learn Through Stories. The description said, "Slow, clear English, real life stories. Learn while you listen." Curious, she clicked on a video. It was a 20-minute story told in simple, spoken English. The speaker talked slowly, with emotion. Each sentence was clear. Each word was pronounced properly. For the first time, Sophie understood almost everything without subtitles. She listened again, then again. She paused, rewound, repeated sentences out loud. And slowly, she started noticing changes. Her ears began recognizing sounds faster. Her mouth learned how to shape unfamiliar words. Her brain started connecting ideas without translating them into her native language. It was working. From that day on, Sophie made a promise to herself. Every day, she would listen to one story in English. No matter how busy she was, she would spend at least 15 minutes listening, repeating, and speaking. She also started talking to herself in English. While brushing her teeth, she'd say, "I am brushing my teeth. I feel fresh. Today, I will learn new words." While walking to class, she'd describe what she saw. "It's raining today. People are holding umbrellas. I see a red bus passing by." At night, she'd talk about her day. "Today was a good day. I spoke to my friend Anna. We talked about our projects. I feel confident." Little by little, English became a part of her daily life. A few months later, something magical happened. During a group project at school, Sophie was chosen to present their idea to the class. Normally, she would have panicked, but this time, she took a deep breath and stood in front of everyone. She began to speak. Her voice was steady. Her sentences were clear. She explained the design concept, the color choices, and the inspiration behind it. When she finished, there was silence, then applause. Her classmates smiled. Her professor nodded proudly. Afterward, her friend Anna came up to her and said, "Wow, Sophie, you spoke so confidently. I didn't even notice any hesitation." Sophie smiled. She knew how far she had come. That night, she wrote in her journal, "Today, I realized that learning English is not about being perfect. It's about showing up, trying again, and believing in yourself." I still make mistakes. But now I smile when I make them, because each mistake means I'm growing. From that point on, Sophie never stopped learning. She continued watching stories, listening to podcasts, and speaking out loud. She joined an English-speaking group online. She made friends from around the world. She even started writing her own short stories in English. 2 years passed. On graduation day, Sophie walked across the stage, accepted her diploma, and gave a short speech in English. Everyone cheered. Later that evening, as she looked at the city lights from her balcony, she whispered to herself, "I did it now. Let me ask you something. Are you Sophie? Maybe not literally, but maybe you feel like her. Maybe you felt stuck. Maybe you've doubted yourself. Maybe you've wondered if you'll ever truly understand English. If that's you, this story is for you. Because Sophie's journey is not unique. It's the journey of millions of people who once struggled with English and then found a way to grow. And guess what? You already have the tools inside you to do the same. All you need is consistency. All you need is belief. All you need is practice. And that's why I'm here. To guide you. To walk beside you. To remind you that progress doesn't come overnight, but it comes to those who keep going. So let's continue Sophie's story together. Let's see where her journey takes her next. Let's learn some new words. Let's build stronger sentences. Let's practice listening. Let's speak slowly. Let's understand deeply. And above all, let's enjoy the process.